Meanwhile, Michelle Troconis is in a courtroom right now fighting to get her freedom back. Troconis has been in prison now for a year and a half, convicted for her role in the murder conspiracy of Jennifer Dulos. Troconis has 3 hearings this month as she is fighting to be released from prison and try and get a new trial. Your reporter Dylan Fearon is breaking down her day in court.
Michelle Troconis walked into the courtroom this morning with a big smile and blowing kisses at her family. When the judge asked how she's feeling today, she answered, nervous. She wants a new trial. She wants to get out of prison, arguing that her attorney, when she was first arrested, Andrew Bowman, was ineffective. Bowman is on the stand this afternoon. Troconis claims he didn't properly explain to her the potential consequences of speaking with police during the investigation. Those conversations were later used as evidence during her trial, where she used a different attorney. Troconis was the girlfriend of Fotis Dulos, accused of killing Jennifer back in 2019. Fotis committed suicide. Troconis ended up on trial. She was found guilty of several charges and is serving a 14.5-year sentence. A judge will hear Troconis' arguments this afternoon and have 120 days to make a decision. There are also 2 other hearings scheduled here later this month. I'm your reporter in Rockville, Dylan Fearon, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.